which I can understand. So, all right, we're moving on here. Now let's get to the juicy part. We're gonna talk a little bit with Clark here. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty and find out about this guy over here because we've already been getting some good intel out of him. We haven't even started the interview yet. So,
TikTok, timeless, silence.
Clark, why don't you tell everybody how old you are, how young you are?
I am 55 right now. My birthday's October 3rd, so I'm going to be 56. I'm closer to 56 than I am 55, as George Foreman would say.
We're almost level 56. That's great, man. Well, you honestly, and I'm not just trying to gas you up here because I know you barely fit in the door already. But no, dude, you look great.
Thank you.
Straight up.
I appreciate that.
Longevity and health, it goes a long way when you take care of the body, and you're a prime representation of that. I'm going to shift gears a little bit. So you also did something back in the day called the Power Team.
Yep.
Right? So we got a lot of young subscribers, young viewers here. They might not be aware of what the Power Team. Ray's only 24, so anytime we talk about music or movies or something, it's usually over his head. Right?
Yeah,
so
always.
So I went deep into the libraries of YouTube, and I unfortunately I couldn't find one with you on it, but I wanted to show. This is a original from, I guess, probably the 80s. This is the Power Team. This guy looks like he's about to run across the stage and break 3 2x4s or 4 by. Oh, it just plows right through them, all 3 of them. Slow-mo. Nice. So these dudes are all pretty big, all pretty buff. And they also, why don't you explain exactly what it is?
This is like, this is crazy, man. I just got this rush, a rush of emotions. So, 1988, I was probably at the bottom of my life. I was cheating on my girlfriend. I was running around. I was full of myself. I was winning bodybuilding shows. I had money, and I just lost myself, man. And this kid came in the gym one day, and I was selling him a membership, and he said, you know, you need to get your life right with God. And I'm like, dude, can't you see who I am? Look at all this stuff around me, you know, all of these things that I had accomplished.
Right.
But I went home that night, and it really got in my spirit. So I prayed. I got down on my knees that day and I prayed. I said, God, if you know all this stuff everyone says, if you know me, got all my hairs on my head numbered, send some. This guy was a nerd. I can't relate to him. Send somebody that I can relate to. No bullshit. A week later, a lady walks in the gym with a poster of these guys.
Yeah.
She says, do you mind if I hang up a poster in here? And she rolls it out, and it's these guys exactly. Because there have been
these guys.
Because when I saw certain guys on here.
Is this the main guy?
John Jacobs, yeah.
Okay.
He could have everything.
God, this is crazy.
To succeed
so she rolls out this poster, and it had all these big guys. And in my heart, I heard, oh, you don't think I know you? Here's what you can relate to. And it's all these freaking guys.
That was the sign.
That was the sign. So I go to this meeting, and I'm going to make a long story short. I go to this meeting. They had a front row seat for me, and these guys come running out and start doing all these stunts.
Yep.
And I'm like clapping like a little kid, and I'm engaged, and they give what's known as an altar call. And they said, if you want to change your life, if you want to get life, 1, 2, 3, get up. Come. Next thing I know, I'm down there, and hundreds of people around me. And that guy right there, from a stage just like that, imagine me standing down there in a pink boat neck with a tank top, and some Z-Cat and some freaking Zubas
yes.
and some Atomics shoes, right?
Yes, the
and
original bodybuilder attire.
Yeah.
Ray, go ahead and look that up.
And a fanny pack.
Yeah.
This guy points down from the stage and he said, "You," and I turn around and look around the room. He goes, "You in the pink shirt? I'm talking to you." He said, "Come up here," and he calls me up on stage. Now I got all these guys around me, overwhelmed, because they're all like
they look like big dudes.
They're huge.
I'm not gonna lie.
in the middle of them,
and they're doing some incredible stuff, to be honest.
So anyway, these guys changed my life.
Yeah,
these guys altered the course of my life, because the girl I was cheating on, is now my wife.
Yeah. Wow. Wow.
You know, and if it wasn't for these guys coming into my life at that time with this message and this bravado and breaking shit and doing all that kind of stuff, who knows where I would be?
Yeah.
And there's one guy in the reason I got emotional is there's one guy in there now that's dead.
Yeah.
And he absolutely, it was his testimony that I heard, and I'm like, someone told him about my life, and this is bullshit. This is not right. because what he was saying, I was living. And I'm like, this is not fair.
Yeah.
You know, he was a big time football player, and that's what I wanted to do. And it was unbelievable, man. So this,
were
dude,
a lot of the
you
other,
got me.
Were a lot of the other guys kind of maybe somewhat like you at some point, where maybe they were in the crowd at some point and they got brought up? And
Well, yeah.
Who are these? Like, how was it started? Who are these guys?
This guy was just a guy that had an idea. So the way he got this was he saw Franco Columbo blowing up the hot water bottle like I did here.
Ray,
for a thing.
pull the next clip and go to 45 seconds. This is a little bit of a newer clip. It looks like they're still doing this.
Yeah.
And this one, in this next clip, you can see some of the stuff that they do a little bit more clear. And I know it's some of the stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
I've seen you do.
Yeah.
So go to about 45 seconds there, Ray. So
this 45
looks,
seconds right there.
That's 8.
8.
Go to
Okay, I can't see.
Yeah, go to 45.
Where's my cursor?
Right. Keep going.
Right,
Keep
go a
going.
little bit
keep
more.
going. Keep going. Keep going.
Right there.
And
Right
stop.
there. Click
Right
it.
there, okay.
Click it. Yeah.
My vision's not that good. Sorry.
Okay. So he's blowing up a hot water bottle right now. And
I
Clark,
just did that the other
I
day.
was going to say, you can still do this, right?
Yeah. That
Okay.
is painful, man. I've been smacked in the face and smacked in the balls.
I
and
wondered if it
smacked-
actually hurt. Like
Yeah.
it,
No,
'cause
it
it's
does. See,
very
his arm got
thick rubber. Okay.
So the guy that's
now he's tearing a phone book. You
Yep.
can do this too, right?
Yep. I
Okay.
can teach you how to do that easily.
All right. Yeah.
But the
let's
guy
go.
that started this saw Franco Columbo blowing up the hot water bottle, and then
They
he
showed
got the
that in,
idea.
pumping iron, didn't they? I think? Yep. Okay.
As a hook, right? We use hooks in business to get people's attention.
That's what they're doing.
This is a hook.
I like it. It's an impressive hook.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely got my attention. And then the reason I wanted to bring it up because I thought it was pretty cool, but it's incredibly impressive. And I was just curious, like what the kind of the background. I mean, did you? So you ended up being one of these guys, right?
So with this
on the
group,
stage.
I didn't perform with the power team. There was one day I was sitting in a limo driving down the street with the attorney for the power team, and I heard John Jacobs, the main guy, say, "I don't want anyone on the team under 6 feet." And I looked at the attorney like, "Well, what about me? You brought me here for this." That night when he called me up on the stage, he told me quit my job and go to church 3 times a week. So I went back to the gym I walked in and
quit.
I quit.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Would you get saved or something?" I'm like, "Yeah, as a matter of fact, I did."
Yeah.
And that was that. So, yeah, these
You never know who you're going to run across in life or what you're going to experience in life and how it can change you in a positive manner.
Yeah.
So
good job. I got you on the fake weights video. You got me on this video, man. That just freaking affected
well,
me.
good.
Man.
I'm glad that we could actually bring up some positive past thoughts for you, man.
That's awesome.
That's good. So, all right, now let's talk a little bit more about fitness because I got lots of questions, Clark. You've been in fitness a long time, right? You did you have a coming to moment like where you're like, I want to help people or I want to train people, or was there any like coming to moment, or you just mainly got in it for the bodybuilding and then you ended up kind of falling deeper into it?
So it's opposite of what you just said. It was more of an ego thing than it was wanting to help people.
Okay.
Yeah.
And honesty, love it.
No, I'm going to be honest as hell. And here's how honest it was. A very good friend of mine who was on that team with me before me, his life got changed there. He was a real famous bodybuilder back in the 80s.
Okay.
And I was in the gym business. I was at home with my roommates. I had a Muscle and Fitness magazine on the coffee table.
Yep.
I had all my weed on the cover of that Muscle and Fitness, taking the seeds out. That was back when they had seeds in weed.
a little swag.
I don't know if you don't remember that. If you're under 24, they had seeds in weed at one time. So I was separating it out, and this guy was on the cover, and it said, "World's most handsome bodybuilder." And I looked at it, I'm like, I'm better looking than this guy. What? And it was that point I decided I wanted to get in the magazines.
Yeah.
So I saw bodybuilding as a vehicle to get me there. So when I was at bodybuilding contests, I always look for photographers backstage.
Okay.
And then that's kind of how the whole thing started.
So